The world can be a loud, chaotic, and terrifying place. Naturally, we crave fairness, order, and a sense that everything will work out. To cope with the anxiety of a messy reality, our brains deploy a defense mechanism known as wishful thinking. It acts like a cognitive shield, intercepting jagged, uncomfortable facts before they can pierce our peace of mind. Instead of adjusting our worldview to accommodate new evidence, the brain simply bends and distorts the incoming data until it fits perfectly into the comforting shape we already expect. In 2005, comedian Stephen Colbert coined a term that captures this psychological habit perfectly: truthiness. Truthiness is a fierce, almost unconscious loyalty to the concepts we feel in our gut, or the things we simply wish were true. It completely overrides objective knowledge. By relying on this shield to fend off anxiety, we willfully blind ourselves to the actual state of the world. And in doing so, we leave ourselves completely open to manipulation. The first clear symptom of wishful thinking is mistaking a strong personal suspicion for an established fact. Take the moment in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, when Harry accuses his rival, Draco Malfoy, of a serious crime based entirely on a hunch. Professor Snape responds rationally. He demands actual physical proof to back up such a severe allegation. Harry's only defense is, "I just know." It is the ultimate red flag, a complete bypass of the need for evidence. This is personal blindness in action. The emotional desire to be proven right completely short-circuits the brain's baseline requirement for proof. When people feel entirely powerless to alter their circumstances, wishful thinking mutates into something stronger: magical thinking. It's the dynamic at play when Marge Simpson tries to comfort her children by sending letters to Santa's workshop, only for Bart to rationally point out that a magical man from the North Pole isn't going to solve their problems. Step away from cartoons and into the real world, and you see voters in severe economic or social distress mirroring that exact same impulse. Frightened citizens frequently latch on to the hollow, unproven promises of political candidates. It offers a fleeting sense of regained control. They aren't weighing empirical evidence. They are acting out of a desperate, sheer desire for the promises to be true. Political magical thinking turns desperate voters into willing, enthusiastic participants in their own deception. Scale this up to the international stage, and the consequences become staggering. National leaders routinely rely on wishful thinking to justify the onset of armed conflict. Throughout history, there is a recurring pattern of officials declaring that a new war will be resolved swiftly, culminating in a decisive victory. The root of this lie is psychological. The prospect of a prolonged, ambiguous, and bloody struggle is simply too painful for a nation's collective psyche to process. So the collective mind unconsciously erases those grim possibilities, replacing the chaotic reality of an endless actual timeline with the comforting truthiness of a rapid triumph. Historical denial proves how a single cognitive flaw can scale from an individual bias to a national policy, ultimately costing thousands of lives. Operating in a constant state of wishful thinking, whether you are a student, a voter, or a head of state, guarantees an eventual destructive collision with reality. The only known antidote to this cognitive fallacy is the active, disciplined practice of critical questioning. To navigate a highly complex world, we have to train our minds to tolerate the sharp discomfort of reality, rather than retreating into fantasy. The next time you feel absolute, unwavering certainty about a comforting conclusion, you must force yourself to pause. In that moment, ask yourself the ultimate critical question: is this true because I want it to be true, or is there convincing evidence? Dropping that psychological shield leaves you exposed, but it also provides the clarity you need. Objective truth is the only real protection we have.